I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with the popular Doug Upstone from sports-watch.com. Doug used to do just exclusively college football game previews with us, but then he requested to be bumped up to the NFL as well, and last week was his first week, and he picked the Cowboys. Winner. He got a winner, so he's 1-0. Very impressive, Doug Upstone. Thanks for being back with us.
Hey, Peter, it's great to be back. That Dallas win was pretty fortunate overall. The Cowboys, in typical fashion, had every opportunity to win the game rather handily, but didn't. And in the end, got a lucky break and was able to cover the spread right at the end.
All right. Well, it was a great pick, but it's a tiny sample size. It's just one game, so don't get a huge head on us, all right?
Exactly.
Tiny sample size. All right, this week you picked New Orleans at Denver. Now, I'm not exactly sure why you picked this game because to me this spread looks very tough. It looks like it's right on. Denver is off a bye. They're a 6-point home favorite. New Orleans, though, they're in their second game off a bye. They got their second win against Tampa Bay last week. The question is, are the Saints back? If so, giving them 6 points, maybe allowing people to buy up to 7 might not be the greatest idea. On the other hand, if you think that they sort of, just got 2 wins and now people are overvaluing how much they are returning to their former glory, then maybe Denver off the bye -6 at home is a good bet. Why'd you pick this game, Doug?
Well, Peter, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to give you the old Barry Zito curveball here on this one, and I'm going to go with the total on this particular contest. Now, as you know, or as you probably know, the total of 55 is the highest so far of any NFL game. And if line makers have been looking at it, if Denver would actually make an appearance before halftime, the total itself might be 10 points higher. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit on that. But Coach John Fox really has to change things up for this team to get them off to a faster start, since they've been outscored 95-45 in the first 30 minutes of every contest this season. Now, this is the perfect opponent for the Broncos to start fast, since the Saints are surrendering 8.5 yards per pass attempt, and Peyton Manning is throwing for close to 300 yards a game. Now, it seems New Orleans' season is cast in stone. No defense, no running game, and Drew Brees throwing the ball to give the Saints any chance at a win. Now, how bad is the Saints' defense? They are dead last in allowing 466.3 yards a game, which is clear of number 31 Buffalo by 42 yards. Now, to put that into proper perspective, the next 7 worst defensive teams after New Orleans only have a spread differential of 25 yards. Now, Peter, here's a game you and your SBR forum readers and listeners can play this Sunday. If you were with a group on Sunday night, to pick a number between 1 and 100. Now, every time Peyton Manning completes a pass of more than 10 yards, start counting. 1, 2, 3. Before a New Orleans defensive player actually comes into the camera frame, closest to the number wins.
Wow.
Now, the chances of this New Orleans defense stopping Manning is about the same as a Lohan family member going a week without doing something stupid to make the tabloids.
This is the trippiest NFL preview we've ever done with you, Doug.
Has found a rhythm, averaging 31 points a game and covering the spread in their previous 3 outings. Now, why is the New Orleans offense smoother? Well, as it turns out, Drew Brees is now 10% more accurate on his passes under 10 yards since the 4-0 start. Now, I think you can tell, Peter, which way I'm going to go on the total on this game.
Yes.
And here's some numbers to support it. New Orleans is 9-2 over after gaining 400 or more yards in 2 consecutive games, while Denver is 8-1 over at home versus offensive teams averaging 350 or more yards a game. Unless there is an October snowstorm in the Rockies, play over the total on this Sunday night matchup.
Wow. Sounds great. That also sounds like if the total does go over, the books will get burned on this one. I mean, yeah, NFL games in the 70s these days are not uncommon at all. And this one, this one has that written all over it. And if it does, 55 is nothing. Thanks, Doug. Great preview. We'll talk to you again next week.